Okay, so right now I decided that I would compare the stock standard Chivas Regal 12-year-old with the Chivas Regal Extra. Now, as always, my standard disclaimer, this is mainly for my own personal use. I drink a lot of scotch, and after a while it's hard to remember what you like, what you don't like, and this is really my attempt to do that, my own personal scotch journal. Um, so I don't really care if you like it or not. If you do, great, watch it. If not, go watch something else. I don't care. Alright, so is it worth spending more money for the Chivas Regal Extra, or should we just go for the stock standard 12-year-old Chivas Regal? And that's a pretty good question. You can see that I've been drinking the Chivas Regal Extra because I bought that one on special, but both were on special. And then after having a little bit of the Chivas Regal Extra, I thought, I wonder how much better the Extra is, if any, over the stock standard. So that's why um, Chivas Regal Extra has been drunk more. So this is a brand new bottle, basically, because I just wanted to see, is it worth spending extra money for the Extra over the regular when they're both on special at the same time. So I think this will be quite interesting. Um, so I guess I'll start with the Chivas Regal 12-year-old standard. Now you may not be able to see this because of um, I'll just move both up. So on this side of the screen, which is my left hand side, um, is the regular, and on this side we have the Extra. So this is my right. I'm not sure if it's mirrored for you or not with the screen recording. Alright, so let's look at the colour in the glasses side by side. So this one here is the normal, this one here is the Extra. And looking at it, the Extra is probably darker. It is darker, probably almost twice as dark as the regular. Alright, so now let's check the aroma. So they're saying that it's an aromatic infusion of wild herbs, heather, honey, and orchid fruits. So I'd say maybe, yeah, you got the herbs and the fruits, for sure. Very subtle, but it is there. And I might just quickly pause this while a plane flies over. Okay. So before that plane flew over, I was saying that this has a very subtle aroma to it. And I'll more or less go with what they say. Now, one thing I did forget to mention before with the colour is that this one here, the standard, they're saying that has a radiant, warm amber colour. And this one here, the Extra, they're saying that it has a dark shade of warm amber glow. So basically they're saying warm amber, radiant warm amber versus, so this is radiant warm amber, the standard, and the Extra, they're saying dark shade of warm amber glow. So basically they're saying almost the same thing, but this one here isn't radiant, it's dark in shade. This one here is radiant. Both have amber glow, but the Extra has certainly got a darker shade. Okay, so for the nose on the standard, I more or less agreed with what they said, except it is very subtle. Okay, it's a very subtle wild herbs, heather, and honey orchard fruits. All right, so now let's do the Extra. So they're saying fruit sweetie. I would agree with that. Right, pears. I'm not 100% sure about the pears and melons because my nose probably isn't that exact. Creamy toffee. Maybe creamy. Milk chocolate. Who knows what milk chocolate smells like? Maybe I'll go buy some. Cinnamon, no. Ginger, no. Alright. So, now we're down to the fun part, the taste. Alright. So, the taste of the standard 12-year-old Chivas Regal. So they're saying that it's rich and fruity. Chivas bursts with a smooth taste of ripe honeyed apples and notes of vanilla, hazelnut, butterscotch. The vanilla and the butterscotch, yes, I think I can notice that. The butterscotch maybe in the or the vanilla sort of in the texture. It sort of seems very smooth in the mouth. Honeyed apples, I wouldn't say that I notice honey apples specifically, but it is very fruity and it's a nice subtle taste. And for the generous lingering finish, I'd say that it's very subtle. You don't notice any spicy peppery or sea salt or anything like that. Like you don't notice salt water. Like if it's from the sea, like the Talisker Storm or Talisker or anything like that. So it's a fairly smooth finish, but it leaves a nice, subtle, warm feeling in the mouth. And I've got another plane coming. Damn those planes. I'll just quickly pause this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, just to be fair, I've got some spring water here. Just going to wash my mouth out. Okay, so just rinse my mouth out with natural spring water. And now I'm going to taste the Chivas Regal Extra. Okay. Wow. Yes, side by side, the Extra is definitely better. And this is mainly for my own personal use. So I'm not trying to sell it. I don't make any money out of this. But I definitely noticed much more character and flavour in the Extra over the normal Chivas Regal. Yeah. So I noticed sort of vanilla. Yeah, vanilla. Let's do this again. Maybe in the texture, I don't know, this may sound silly, but this one feels a little bit thicker in the mouth, even though it's both liquid. You know, logically it doesn't really make sense, but it kind of feels a little bit thicker in the mouth. So it does have that syrupy kind of texture. Vanilla, I don't know, maybe. Cinnamon, I didn't notice. Almonds, I didn't notice. But they say it's beautifully well-rounded in the mouth feel, leading to a long, luxuriant, sweet finish. And yes, I would agree with that. Sweet, not as in sugar sweet, but it is a nice aftertaste. Now, I'm just curious about standard, so let's just... So this is a standard 12-year-old. can definitely notice the butterscotch more this time. Wow. It's actually quite good. Trying to decide between the two now. Wow. I would say going between the two, very pleasant experience. In fact, I don't mind drinking both at the same time. I know that's probably a real piss pot thing to say, but they both subtly different. They both have different tastes. Wow. Initially, I thought the extra was better, but after going back and forth between them, I like them both. I think both going from one to the other has certainly brought out more flavors in each, because you notice it a lot more when you compare it against something else. I'd say they're certainly both. I can't make up my mind now. Is the extra worth buying over the standard? That was the idea of this experiment. Just for good measure, I'll wash my mouth out. Damn it. Well, I've just discovered that I would make a really, really, really bad reviewer for Scotch, because when I'm drinking them side by side, I like them both. So I personally can't say whether it's worth spending extra money on the extra over the 12-year-old. So I guess logically speaking, if I can't make one better than the other, you're probably better off going with the cheaper one. But that being said, I would personally buy both bottles. I mean, you get both for under $100 when they're on special. in Australia at least. Other countries will be way cheaper because they don't have all the taxes that we have on alcohol. And just go side by side in your Scotch glasses. So I could probably go for either or. After going side by side a couple of times. So yeah, I like them both. So unfortunately, I can't really say. No, I'm useless. I can't say which one I like better. So I guess that must mean that push comes to shove, if I can't honestly say which is better, then go for the cheaper one, save some money. But certainly for yourself, if you're still watching, try both. Well worth it. Alright, goodbye.